Welcome to the AI Newsreel for the week of April 4th through April 10th, 2026. This week, we have news about the latest tech releases, directions in AI architecture, applications of AI for productivity, and the impact of AI on the world. Let's get started.
Core tech releases. Google launches Gemma 4 open model family. Google DeepMind released Gemma 4 on April 2, a family of 4 open-weight models ranging from 2 billion to 31 billion parameters, all under the Apache 2.0 license. The 31 billion dense model ranked third among open models on Arena AI, beating rivals 20 times its size. The family supports 140 languages, up to 256,000 token context windows, and runs fully offline on smartphones and edge devices. Meta debuts Muse Spark, its first proprietary model. Meta launched Muse Spark on April 8th, its first major model release since acquiring Scale AI's Alexander Wang for $14.3 billion. The model is proprietary, a shift from the open-source Llama line, and targets multimodal perception, reasoning, and agentic tasks. Meta Superintelligence Labs rebuilt its AI stack for the release. The company plans eventual open-source versions and a paid API following a private preview period with select partners. Anthropic unveils Claude Mythos for security research. Anthropic this week revealed Claude Mythos Preview, a frontier model the company says is too powerful to release publicly due to its ability to surpass skilled humans at finding software vulnerabilities. Under Project Glasswing, Anthropic is granting access to more than 40 technology partners, including AWS, Apple, and Google, backed by $100 million in usage credits. The model has already identified thousands of zero-day flaws across major operating systems and browsers.
Directions in AI architecture. Covenant AI trains LLM across blockchain network. Covenant AI completed a distributed pre-training run involving roughly 20 peers, each running 8 NVIDIA B200 GPUs coordinated through the BitTensor blockchain. The resulting model, pre-trained on approximately 1.1 trillion tokens, performs competitively with centralized models trained at similar compute budgets, according to the organization. Training was managed by Gauntlet Software, which scores submitted gradients and selects contributors each round without a whitelist. Gemma 4 pushes intelligence per parameter efficiency. Google's Gemma 4 architecture introduces per-layer embeddings in edge models, letting the 2 billion and 4 billion parameter variants punch well above their size on reasoning benchmarks. The 26 billion model uses a mixture of experts design that activates only roughly 4 billion parameters per token, cutting inference costs sharply. Simon Willison noted the AI Edge Gallery app runs the 2.5 gigabyte E2B model directly on iPhones with speed and quality he called genuinely useful. Broadcom expands custom chip deals with Google and Anthropic. Broadcom agreed this week to produce future versions of Google's AI chips and signed an expanded deal giving Anthropic access to roughly 3.5 gigawatts of computing capacity drawing on Google processors. Analysts at Mizuho estimated Broadcom would generate $21 billion in AI revenue from Anthropic alone in 2026. Broadcom is also collaborating with OpenAI on custom silicon, while OpenAI has separately committed to drawing on 6 gigawatts of AMD GPUs.
AI for productivity. Agentic coding reshapes developer workflows. Developer Lalit Magani described spending 8 years thinking about a SQLite tooling project, then building it in 3 months using AI coding agents. Writing on Simon Willison's blog, Maganti found AI agents excelled at grinding through 400 grammar rules, but struggled with high-level design decisions, sometimes causing him to defer choices that later corrupted the code base's architecture. The case illustrates a pattern. AI lowers the cost of implementation, but still requires strong human judgment on design. OpenAI Codex tops 3 million enterprise users. OpenAI's enterprise business now represents 40% of the company's revenue and is on track to reach parity with consumer revenue by year-end, according to a company executive. Codex, OpenAI's coding agent, has surpassed 3 million users, up from nearly zero at the start of the quarter. Enterprise customers have shifted from traditional productivity use cases to managing teams of AI agents executing tasks autonomously, the executive said in a CNBC interview this week. AI virtual try-on tech targets retail return rates. Fashion retailers are deploying AI-powered virtual try-on tools to reduce product returns, which the industry describes as its silent killer. Startups are providing real-time feedback on garment fit, draping, and style before purchase. One firm projects a 10% conversion increase and 20 to 30 times return on investment for brand partners. From April 30, Google's virtual try-on feature becomes accessible directly within product search results across its platforms.
World impact. UK Security Institute tracks AI hacking progress. The UK AI Safety Institute tested 7 frontier models on simulated multi-step cyber attacks. The best-performing model, Claude Opus 4.6, averaged 15.6 steps of a 32-step corporate network intrusion that would take a human expert 14 hours end-to-end. The study found running a full simulated attack costs roughly £65 at current pricing, making the limiting factor funding rather than expertise. AI cyber capability has grown 6 times in 18 months. Amazon CEO defends $200 billion AI spend. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy used his annual shareholder letter this week to defend the company's roughly $200 billion capital expenditure plan for 2026, the majority directed at AI infrastructure. Jassy said AI revenue in Amazon's cloud segment has reached a $15 billion annual run rate. He added that Amazon has received customer commitments for a substantial portion of the spend and expects to monetize most of it in 2027 and 2028. Amazon also announced $12 billion in new Mississippi data centers. Anthropic revenue surpasses $30 billion annually. Anthropic disclosed this week that its annualized revenue has exceeded $30 billion, up from roughly $9 billion at the end of last year. The company counts more than 1,000 business clients, each spending over $1 million annually, double the figure from 2 months prior. The rapid growth is weighing on traditional software stocks. The iShares Software ETF has dropped 28% in 2026 as investors price in the risk that agentic AI disrupts subscription software models.
That is your weekly summary of the news in artificial intelligence. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.